Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a foundation review. We're going to be testing out the brand new Fenty Beauty Ease Drop Blur and Smooth Skin Tint. I'm so excited to try this out. I do love the original blurring skin tint from Fenty Beauty, so it is supposed to be this but in a stick form. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Brie and I love to do all things beauty, fashion, reviews, all of that for you. So if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. The packaging right out of the carton. This is going to retail for $35 and there is 25 shade options. So I picked up the shade 9 and honestly their shade range is pretty nice and I feel like you can kind of get away with a bunch of different shades. They're really flexible. So it's in this nice recyclable packaging and honestly the packaging, I don't love it, but I don't hate it. You know what I mean? Like it's just a nice clear plastic kind of packaging. It's nothing to go nuts over, but it also is recyclable, so love that. So it does come with this little protective top right here, so we know no one opened it. So love that. This is the product right in there. And honestly, I don't really use too many stick foundations. I never really like fell in love with one that like I repurchased and repurchased. I'm really just like a liquid foundation skin tint kind of girl. There is talk right now of product being like very little for the amount of money that the product is. I will say when I first bought this, I was like, oh my gosh, like that's the amount of product you get in here. That's absolutely nothing. If you keep twisting past this little mark, there is gonna be more product and I don't really wanna twist all that much because it's a little hard to get back down. But I will say that there is a bunch more down here, so you are still getting that amount of product. So that's the tea on that. I wouldn't stress about the amount of product you're getting just because there is a bit more down here. How you're getting that product, we'll have to figure that out when the time comes. This will be a light coverage, a long wear skin tint with a creamy, smooth texture that instantly blurs while melting into the skin for a natural finish. That just sounds like it's so my vibe and a beautiful, beautiful finish. Crease-proof formula, delivering a blurred, smooth second skin finish that resists fading and transferring, easy to use, and it's supposed to give you hydration as well. There's also maru seed butter in here as well to give hydration to the skin. So I love that. You can apply this with your fingertips, you can use a sponge, or you can use a brush. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna go about it today. Usually in these reviews, I'll do one side with the brush and one side with the sponge, and we kind of work from there. I might just do all three. If you were to use your fingertips, you're gonna get a little bit less coverage. If you're gonna use a brush, you're gonna get more coverage. And then of course, if you use a sponge, you're gonna get like that sheared out, a little bit natural kind of coverage. Like I said, I picked up the shade 9. Shade match right now looks pretty good and spot on. Looks like it would match me pretty much identical. I'm gonna first start off by doing a little swatch here. That feels so good. That glided on really well. Twist it up just a bit. That glided on so well and felt so smooth. Shade match looks like it could be a little bit too light as I'm looking at it right now. That could all change as I start blending. I'm gonna blend this side out with a brush. So I'm going to just start. Honestly, shade match is not bad at all. I'm a little bit more on the self-tan side right now, so kind of could have went up 1 or 2 shades, not gonna lie, just because of the self-tan shade that I am. But it is blending pretty well with the neck. I'll probably have to blend a bit to the neck though. And I'm using the BK Beauty 101 brush to blend this all out. I love that for foundation. And I'm just doing stippling motion. We're getting a bit of coverage, which is so great. We're also getting a little bit of that luminosity, like that second skin look, which is beautiful. I do have a little bit of a blemish right here, super stubborn, and the pigmentation of it, bright red. So we're gonna go over that. It's gonna apply a little bit to the brush and go over and see if that masks it. Oh, okay, love that. That coverage was nice. This was the brush. We definitely got a bit of coverage with it. I do like the way that applied. Super natural. You could still see my skin. You can build it back up as well. So I'll probably add just a little bit more to see if it's buildable. Totally buildable. Skin looks really pretty and definitely has that blurred effect to it. Oh, yes, it does actually remind me a ton of the way that the coverage is on this. Just in the stick form, which is so crazy and so nice. Apply my forehead with my fingertips, or at least like this side. I don't do this often, but when I do, I always end up liking the way that it looks. For it being a skin tint in a stick form, I thought it was gonna be like a little bit thicker like. So just patting that in. The fingertips gives a really pretty look as well. I do have a little bit of texture bumps right now and a little bit of blemishes right here. As you can see, the side that's not done, you can see all that, and the side that is done, it is pretty blurred. So that claim, I will agree. Aside from shade, because I do feel like I should have went up 1 or 2 shades, I think it looks amazing. It glides on the skin so nice. I feel like that was so effortless to get a good amount of product on there. I don't like when stick formulas feel like they're dry and it's taking forever to get on the skin, you know, like you're dragging your skin. This doesn't feel like that. It's very hydrating and honestly goes on like nothing, like butter. That's so great. But I will say, like, I feel like I'm using a ton of product already, and I know that there's still product down here. That's not really my worry. It's just more so I'm using a lot of product. But again, you can kind of have control with how much you want to apply with that, and you're not like pouring out a bunch on your hand and wasting the product. So I guess it's like 50-50, you know? I'm gonna take a damp beauty blender now and just blend on top of the skin. I think I like both techniques of applying. You definitely get coverage. Like anything I'm applying this to, it's covering. Super lightweight and creamy on the skin, but it's also giving that nice amount of coverage, which is really nice. It just looks like naturally perfected, I guess you can say. I feel like I have the urge to like keep going back in with it, and I don't know if it's because I use less product than I would with a liquid, or if it's because I want more coverage. But I'm gonna add a little bit more to build it up. I think it just seamlessly blends into the skin without having any streaks. So I would say that I didn't even like make a dent in the amount of product that I use, which is great. It was concerning me in the beginning a little bit, but I think we're all good on that. So this is what the skin looks like around my eyes right now. Obviously I left that bare for concealer. While I have this on my hand, I'm gonna compare it to the shade 10 in the original liquid. They're both with the neutral undertone, but I definitely still prefer this shade right here, which is the liquid one. I just wish that I went up a shade, but I'm gonna use the products that I use on the everyday right now, just because I know that they work for me with other foundations. So I'm hoping that it would work with this one and see how they kind of play together. So I'm gonna go in and apply all of that, and then I'll come back and share with you guys the final thoughts on it. My skin actually does look really pretty, really healthy. It did not cling on to anything weird. I think this is really buildable, and I also don't think it like gets like a cakey kind of look. Also using your fingertips to just kind of like blend in on certain areas, like pinpointing them, melting the product in, and looking even more like skin. Please don't mind this eyelash of mine. I don't know, it has a mind of its own and it doesn't look right. So throughout this entire video before this, it looks wonky. So I just completed my makeup and I absolutely love the way that this played with all of my other products. It literally meshes in and blends with my products. Amazing. Like my skin looks so good. This is like that perfect clean girl kind of makeup. It's still really natural, but it also is medium coverage. Like you have that light medium coverage, but it also can be built up. This looks so nice, like glam. But I also feel like this is a great product if you want to use quickly, like you need to be out the door or you're going to school or you're going to work or whatever it is, and you want to be quick. This is a great product to just swipe it on, blend it in, and go. It feels hydrated. I don't feel this on my skin at all, which is amazing. I love products when they feel super lightweight, where I don't feel like I'm wearing anything, but it also is giving me that nice glowy look, a very natural hydrated look, but also coverage. And this, my darling, is that. If you already have this product, you really don't need this. It's just a stick form, so it really is just your personal preference on what you like. If you only like stick foundations, then this is amazing. Because it's not a super heavy stick foundation, it's still super light, and it's still in that skin tint category. So I think you would like it. Now, if you have this one already, you don't really need this, because I feel like it's the same thing. But again, personal preference. If you prefer more liquid, then opt out. If you don't like liquid, you might really love this. So I do really like it. I think my skin looks pretty nice. I'm all about like that natural, hydrated kind of look. I will also leave this product for you listed and linked in the description box below if you're interested and want to pick it up. And of course, if I cannot get back on camera, I'll always leave it in the description box below for you, a little update box on how it wore. So Miss Riri did it again. Love it. Try it out if you want to. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and spending some time. I think that is all for this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.